He knows what it takes. He knows what the culture is at the Ethiopia Coffee Club. Goes out to the right side to Ebel Kebede, playing it with Haile Tinse. Ndimu tries to get to it, but he's tightly marked now by Wandmene Dereje. Was making sure that he's not getting any through from that left side, from that right side, rather. Abtamu Tadese. Back into the midfield with another very high line. That's actually supposed to be the central defender on the Ethiopia Coffee side, and he's playing deep inside the Bahirdar half. This is where the dangers come in, when Shanko himself has to leave his line and play so far away. Question is whether they can be able to find him offline. This time round it won't be as quick as they would have liked it to. Back into the midfield, it's picked up by Ebel Kebede. Nasir sprays it out to Abtamu Tadese. Well, Abtamu gets past his marker, but he was going to be very easily dispossessed with a sliding tackle. On the right side now, or through the middle, through Solomon. Out on the right now to Kebede. This is shielded off the field of play. Too many touches on that ball, Gilbert, by the time you're getting into the box.
He was too close to the byline, and you expected that he was going to cut towards the inside. Look at him, too close to the byline, take the wrong turn. He should have cut towards the inside, and he puts himself in a precarious position.
Yeah, and I still think Tadese could have already shot from the other side. And Ebel Kebede could have done the same as well. But he should have cut back. Got a player on the ground from that shielding of the ball away from Ebel Kebede. He's going to be feeling the pinch of it. We're playing the 70th minute of the game here. Yeah, I mean, after all. Rolled himself back into play. He should already be outside.
He's supposed to be outside the pitch.
He just wants to stop play to get some attention.
Those are
if he was outside, you know, he would have been the game would have just continued without him. He would have had to ask for permission to get back into the field. He still will have to ask for permission anyway. I think we've taken a little bit of a water break. A very short one. It's going to be a goal kick.
Bahirdar looks like they've run out of steam. Because now, yes, for the last 10 minutes, it's been all about Ethiopia Buna. Both in possession, and most of the attacks are coming from the Ethiopia Buna side.
Oh, okay. Then Ethiopia Buna would probably be rolling by now, trying to get a winning goal here. Anyone who scores a goal at this moment will be a superhero for either of the side. Playing it on the right side to Abebe Tilahun, who then sends it further up front. The midfield players become very, very integral in this game here. Anyone who's controlling the midfield, looking like they've got a better chance of doing anything here. And the past few minutes, it's been the Ethiopia Coffee side that is controlling the proceedings in the midfield. Nasser plays it all the way back. Well, Abtamu Tadese was making himself available, but that ball didn't go to him. Solomon, a very integral part of that midfield for the Ethiopia Coffee in this game, and winning most of the balls. Here is Alemu now. And they're trying to get Minyilu Odimu up at the front. Shanko will have to control this one and play it back. Abtamu Tadese. Again, the mistakes that they have been making in trying to get the ball back. Minyilu Odimu was not exactly sure where he was going to take that ball to. Girma Disasa was waiting for it on the left side. A through ball down on the right to Abebe, rather to Ebel Kebede. Manages to bring it back to his teammate Haile Tinse. A chip into the box. Abtamu Tadese. He's got the height, but he's not getting the balls in a good position for him to be able to take the header. They've got Fitsumalemu down on the other side. Not Fitsumalemu, but Minyilu and Dimu down on the other side of the Ethiopia Buna side. Like I said, I think he's fatigued. I think he really needs to take a break now, doesn't he?
He needs to take a break because anything can go wrong, either pull a hamstring.
Well, that's the chairman of the league in Ethiopia. He's been here for the first match as well, and the second match. And Nilo will obviously gonna have a little walk out of the field of play to recuperate a bit.
I'm not sure why they're still sitting one of their key strikers, Bahirdar, who I think comes from an injury and sits on the bench, while Wondimu Minyilu has really run rugged, and he's a prime suspect at this point in time to be substituted.
Well, because he's still doing some good work, he is still remaining in the game. Oh, there's going to be a throw in here. Gilbert, what do you make of it at the moment? It's 75 minutes that we're playing now.
Well, I think Ethiopian Buna are on the ascendancy right now. They are connecting their passes very well. They're going through the lines from the defense to the midfield to the attacking third. They've only not found the right target to be able at least to break through. For Bahirdar, as I've said, they seem like they've run out of gas, and they're just sitting at the back, holding on just to make that one counter attack that would make the difference.
Well, it goes back into the Ethiopia Coffee side to build it up from there. Five shots on target. The 4 goals out of that. Abtamu Tadese wanting to even change it. I'm pretty sure that the chairman of the Ethiopian Premier League is a very happy man. We saw him a couple of minutes ago watching it from the side. He's called Fikado Mamo, the one you saw in the shades earlier on in your picture. And even just to come and lend support to the league itself when it's playing out of Addis Ababa in Jima. It's about 370 kilometers in the southeast. Is in itself an endorsement of what's going on in the resumed Ethiopian Premier League that is now on the 10th week of action. It's back into the midfield. Again, it will be picked up by the Ethiopia Coffee side. So they're trying to build it through the center, Gilbert. They're not getting in through there.
They don't really have outlets, and the only way to build through the center is when you have players adding up numbers and playing short and intricate passes to be able to go through the defense line. But again, the center of penetration has been denied, and that's why they're using both the left and the right-hand side of the attack.
The left side might just come in handy at the moment. Abtamu Tadese. It keeps on going outside. It keeps on just getting it out of the danger area. You know, this is just my thinking. I may be wrong in this, Gilbert, but they should compound their danger when they're coming by playing the ball in the box and trying to shoot from there, other than trying to find a better place on the outside. Minyilu Ndimu ultimately is going to be substituted. He rounded up the defender in a mistake by the goalkeeper and then put the ball in the net in the 24th minute for the second goal of the Bahirdar side. Now I think he's gotten a little bit tired, and he's been substituted by Bahirdar. He was trying to get onto that ball in the very first touch and didn't. But Bahirdar is a striker. He's got 3 goals to his credit. is out on the left side. It's going to be a goal kick that will be given to the Bahirdar side. You know, this game will be a little bit unfair if it ends into a draw. I mean, not because they haven't exhibited good football. In fact, the best thing to happen would be a draw out of this game because they've exhibited good football. But the sweetest thing to happen here would be for one of the teams to just score in the last 10 minutes of the game and take all the 3 points. And that would be a sweeter victory.
And I think there's going to be that kind of goal, or the goal that you're talking about.
Are you thinking that?
I'm not sure from which side, but there's going to be a goal from either side.
You're becoming a philosopher now. You know there's going to be a goal, but you don't know from which side.
I'm not sure from which side.
Okay, I am wishing that there would be a goal in this last 10 minutes of the game. Just to get a superstar either of the two sides. Having really challenged each other both physically, technically and tactically in this game. The icing on the cake would be for whoever takes the 3 points. And you also hope it's going to be a classic goal. Well, Shanko comes into focus in this one, getting it onto the right side to Abebe Tilahun. Tries to get it onto the left side of the attack for the Ethiopia Coffee side. Now a better delivery coming from William Solomon. Abtamu Tedese. That's what Abtamu should have been doing much earlier on. Get the shots out and let the rebounds be dealt with by the midfielders. Here is another chance again for a shot. It comes on to the right side. Kebede. Oh, he's going to be pushing himself right up to the corner. The ball had already rolled out of the field of play. He's not believing that this is going against him. Sometimes I think when they see themselves and... No, I think the referee has changed that decision and made it a corner. And it's been very quickly taken. And so the Bahirdar side take it. Bitsumalemu tries to get it to the new forward, Gezahen Baye. Baye loses it in the midfield to Solomon. And Ethiopia Coffee will start it again. Tilahun plays it out on the left side. Redwan Nasir is doing some tremendous job on the left side of defense for the Ethiopia Coffee side. Oh, this is going to go out for a goal kick. Solomon has done a good job down in the midfield for the Ethiopia Coffee side. Now this is that ball again here. And it was shielded out. I think the last touch was coming from the number 17 airball Kebede. But nevertheless, even the other way around. Wasenu Ali comes in for Girma Disasa. Just to add some firepower up at the front. Wasenu Ali is a very hard-working man. He even replaced Girma Disasa against St. George. So it's an automatic replacement for him in the 81st minute, Gilbert. You think it's a good time for that?
It's a good time. He only needs to put his temperament a little bit lower.
This is Habtamu Tedese out on the left side. This is an attempt to get it to Fitsumalemu. Doesn't quite get there. Abtamu gets there earlier. Plays it again back down on the right side. And then it turns to the left. Good build-up coming from Ethiopia Coffee, and it's very consistent as well. They're getting the ball into the final third. And that's what it takes to create the chances for goals as well. Now they're forcing all the blue shots to come into the half to defend. Through ball that is very long. Goes off the field of play. It's going to be a goal kick. And it's going to be for Bahirdar. Mr. Manuel Walde Sadiq has done a good job of this one. Was this one out or not? Okay, I think that's the right decision. The right decision is actually a corner. That clearance was made before that ball was going out of the field of play. So the assistant had said it was a goal kick. This is going to be a handball. Fitsuwalebu is protesting it. Gezahej Boy is, yeah, he earns it. I mean, it changes direction and goes on to the other side. Boy, Gezahej has no reason to complain about it. Yeah, he earns it. I mean, it changes direction and goes on to the other side. Boy, Gezahej has no reason to complain about that. Tamu's feeling the pinch. He has played now for the 83 minutes and has been pushing very hard. And the person who substituted him when they played against Welaita, Mikias Merkonen, I think was already in the game, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's also been substituted.
He has also been substituted. Yeah, Mikias Merkonen. So they played together this time round. Question is, who will be his substitution if he has to go off the field of play? Yeah, I know. Gets a little bit anxious. Sean Marid couldn't have gotten onto that one. Abubakar Nasser punched it into the net from a penalty position, a retaken penalty. A little bit of a fight here to try and get the ball out, and by Gezahej again will be caught in the offside trap. They need to time the runs correctly. They're getting the ball into the final third now, but the work from the midfield is the one they need to watch out. After that tussle in the midfield, it was picked up here, and then Gezahej is obviously in the offside position there, couldn't get onto that ball. Even as they pick it back again, they know that if they don't time the runs correctly, time's going to run out for them. The captain now sets it up for a run on the right side. Yeah, it is a good cross that has been dealt with right in front of the goalkeeper. And they decide to let it out for a corner. It's going to be a corner for Bahirdar. Shankar and his defenders totally undecided about whether to pump it out, get the goalkeeper to it. The block comes from the middle. There it is. And then now the decision is, should I really send it out or should I bring it back into the center? Should I wait for the goalkeeper? Ultimately, it rolls out for a corner. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tall men from Bahirdar trying to go for this one. Shankar has had a touch on it. They just don't clear it out completely. Gets out for a throw-in. Oh, it's still in play. Osenu Ali has got to keep his calm. He knows he was once red carded and wasn't a very happy man, so he should really calm down and just play his game. It was attributed to anxiety at that time when he came in as a substitute and was working very, very hard. Good run down on the right side, and Fitsuwalebu can't get to it. Five minutes of play, Gilbert. What can you say?
Well, I think they're still sizing each other. The final pass has not been good.
Oh, here's a chance to bring it back to Abubakar Nasser. Oh, the clearance not yet done. And then ultimately it was Odessa has not yet sent it off the field of play. There's still enough maroon jerseys waiting for this ball in the box. Sending it onto the right side. And it gets to Haile Tinse, who plays it to Abebe. Ebo Kebede. They still just don't get a chance to clear it. They prefer to take it way up there. It's going to be a foul that will be given to the Ethiopia Coffee side. And now Arage, engineer, can get onto his feet. He's got to give some last-minute instructions because otherwise this is slipping away. For both sides, a chance to just get 3 points in total is slipping away with the minutes also passing by. 2.5 minutes remaining in regular time. Ethiopia Buna have it on the right side. Then a right foot cross here that is dealt with by Odessa. And ultimately Bahirdar come out with it. They don't have the numbers up at the front. They'll have to wait for support. And the spot comes in very slowly in the name of the captain, Fikre Michaela Lemu. Goes on a very long shot trying to release by Gezahin. He doesn't get there on time.
Yeah, the final pass on both sides of the divide have been very wanting. The build-up is very good from the back through the lines to the midfield. But again, the forwards have really been starved of good passes.
The pressing is on. They're trying to make them commit mistakes here. And they almost do commit an obvious mistake. Senuali here controls the ball but leaves it behind. As Ethiopia Buna try to chase this one. Will be dealt with by the defenders. Bakar Nasser has picked himself up after losing his footing. Tries to put the ball through to the right side to Ebo Kebede. It's a little bit too long and goes off the field of play. But they're showing very mean intentions of getting a goal, Gilbert.
Yeah, in fact, Ethiopia Buna are more assertive, and they're really showing that they want to push more men forward and try to get that goal. For Bahirdar, they're just sitting back. A draw for them would be good for them. I mean, but a draw for Ethiopia Buna would have dented at least their movement towards the top.
A draw will just mean 17 points for Ethiopia Coffee and 15 points for Bahirdar. Doesn't move them anywhere. Leaves them in the same place. Doesn't change anything. This goalkeeper has handled the ball. The rule is very clear. Handing the ball outside of the box is a very, very big crime here. And I want to see how the referee is going to handle it. It's usually a straight red card for handling the ball outside. And I think the referee is explaining himself. Manuel Wally-Sadiq is saying, look, I've got to do what I have to do. So don't touch me, leave me out. And it calls him to the side. So it's Wally-Sadiq and the goalkeeper.
The red card.
Shanko. It's usually a straight red card for handling the ball outside of the box. There's no two ways about it. He acknowledges it. And Shanko has been at the end of a lot of mistakes this morning. This afternoon, I beg your pardon. The coach knows that now he's got to use the substitute goalkeeper, Israel Mesfin, for the last few minutes of this one. Shanko also knows that he's taken one for the team. Because if he had not handled that ball, there would have been trouble here. Because Bahirdar was coming for it. And if he knows that now he's got to use the substitute goalkeeper, Israel Mesfin, for the last few minutes of this one. Shanko also knows that he's taken one for the team. Because if he had not handled that ball, there would have been trouble here. Because Bahirdar was coming for it. And if that had passed him, there would have been a lot of trouble. Sends the ball off the field of play. Fikre Fitsumalemu is the one who was chasing for it. And somehow they go very wrong.
Yes.
No.
They were golden mistakes.
They're not golden mistakes. They're golden chances on the other side. But they are two horrendous mistakes.
Horrendous mistakes?
Yeah, absolutely, from this side. Now, for Tekle Mariam Shanko, it's one of the most difficult days. There it is. You see from where the ball is going. If he had not handled it, it would have passed him and Fitsumalemu would have gotten onto it. That's what you have to look at. So he brings back to himself on the left hand and denies Alemu a chance to go forward. But that's not even the problem. The biggest mistake is he's handled the ball outside the box.
Yeah, but I would say he was going for that ball using his right foot, and after evading the right foot, the left hand stopped the ball from proceeding.
On its own.
Yeah, so
the left hand stopped the ball on its own.
Yeah, he just missed the ball with his right.
And then?
Right leg, and the left hand decided, okay, if you can't do it, I'm going to do it for you.
I know you've been a player, you know what happens in there. And Shanko knows exactly what he did in there, and the referee also knows. The television also has the evidence of it. Now the substitute goalkeeper will have about 3 or 4 minutes, actually 3 minutes of added time to play in this one. Abtam Tadese was going to be substituted, but I think they say to hold on because they want to bring Ebo Mamo. I think somebody else says no, hold on, because it's only the 92nd minute and we got 3 minutes of added time to be played.
They have to sacrifice one player.
They have to bring out an infield player.
Yeah.
Okay. So they don't use Israel Mesfin. They actually use Ebo Mamo, the other goalkeeper, who's played only 1 match so far. But you know, it's very difficult to register this, that it's been brought in the 92nd minute of the game. with 3 minutes of added play, added minutes in this game. Here is a shot that almost gets into the net but takes a side netting. It's called a baptism of fire, with a hard shot coming towards the goalkeeper, telling his man to move forward now. What a left foot shot. What a hard left foot shot, Gilbert.
That was very, very good technique. Very good technique. What a way to welcome Abel Mamo in the Ethiopian Buna goal mouth.
Well, they have a chance here with Abubakar Nasser. Didn't take the dribble. Now it's going to go out on the left side. Nasser gets part of the action. He wants a 1-2, wants the ball through, and he gets it as well. Trying to round the goalkeeper, brings in a lovely cross to Abel Kebede. The best chance that Abel Kebede has had to put the ball into the net comes
by Nasser, and he expected that the inclusion of Abel Kebede would bring good tidings.
Well, Murphy's Law has come into play in this game. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong for the Ethiopia Coffee side. From a mistake by the goalkeeper that almost became a mistake, the casual handling of that ball by Wadmene Dereje results into a handball and a free kick. But this one should have been put into the net. Abel Kebede is approaching on the right side. He was just marginally behind that ball. But the best cross that you can get from the left side coming from Abubakar Nasser, he knows, he feels the pain. If it was him, he would have finished it nicely.
Yeah, the anticipation by Abel Kebede was very, very poor, because he knew that Nasser was going to bring a cross in a tight corner, and it didn't work out.
This is not one of the best places to be able to watch your team performing on the field, especially if you yourself has been gotten out of the game after playing 90 minutes. But Tekle Mariam Shanko has no alternative but to stay there. Shipped into the box, headed out by Abebe Tilahun. It's the final whistle in a very entertaining afternoon match at the Jima University Stadium. It's going to end in a draw of 2 goals apiece. And those chances that have been lost in the process will be the ones that will be talked about. But both sides cancelling each other out with some very good tact and techniques in the game, and creating of the chances as well. And for Abubakar Nasser is in